Remember Matthew Rowlands? Forget about him. I've sold him to Birmingham. Yes, folks, how is it going? And welcome back to Al Aroba. We are starting our second season here in Saudi Arabia. It's 2034. Time for Mark to win a Premier League medal is shrinking. We went all out in yesterday's transfer special. And well, as already mentioned, Matthew Rowlands has left the building. Not because I couldn't get rid of Abbasi. In fact, I'm still trying to get rid of Abbasi, but because I found a foreign player that I really, really wanted. Now, I will say, if you didn't see yesterday's video, everything you're about to see is going to be quite the shock. Yeah, okay, of course. Right, Rowlands are gone. We had Darwin Nunez that we signed. He's quite good. We have Claude Onana that we signed. He is also very good. Natural right attacking mid, can also play at striker. Of course, at the back, we were able to sign Trent Alexander-Arnold. We signed John Solis as well, another quality player. Ahmed Balidele also joined us at centre-back, and well, I've changed the formation for the new addition to the team, because one further foreign player has joined our ranks, and it is Faratin Kar. This guy is part English, part Turkish, and 100% giant. He is massive. 19 jumping reach, some crazy bravery. He was actually available for a free transfer after being released by Tottenham, and I couldn't say no to him. So I've signed him up. It meant that I had to get rid of a player to free up a foreign player spot. I feel like Rowlands was just the man to get rid of. So Carl joined us on a free transfer. You can see here, he's instantly become the key player in the bottom corner. And in fact, if we look at the season preview for the Saudi Pro League, he was at one point in the Media Dream 11. In fact, he still is in the Media Dream 11 alongside Trent for us. And in terms of our team, well, as a newly promoted side, we are now 4th in the pre-season billing. Could we maybe cause a title fight? That would be very fun. Oh, just before we get into today's video, you might remember or know, I've been streaming on YouTube and Twitch a Gibraltar save game. Today, as you watch this video, at 5 PM UK time in the evening, we're playing our first ever Champions League final. So if you saw any tips in and out of the streams, maybe you've never watched them before, today's is a massive one. When the comment that I put down in the video is 5 hours old, that's when the stream will be live here on YouTube and Twitch. Please drop by. It's going to be a banger. Either that or I'm just going to cry as we lose a Champions League final. Both are probably entertaining. Some good news perhaps for the state of the bank account, at least when it comes to the wage budget, which has ballooned up quite massively. The transfer window is slammed shut. I can't sign anyone else. That doesn't mean I haven't signed 2 more players, though, for the first team since last episode. Now, one issue that we did have was in the goalkeeping department. Al Dower here was my third choice goalkeeper. He wanted out, so I thought, let's get rid of him and get in another new goalie. And the man we picked up is Al Harby. He's 25 years old. He's actually played for the national team. We have him, Hakami, and Rashidi in the team. Rashidi is going to be our starting goalie for the year, but in terms of as an alternative, Harby doesn't seem that bad. Ultimately, though, he's not the most exciting transfer, kind of third choice goalie. This transfer is, though, a bloke called Jimmy. I'll admit, his name isn't actually Jimmy, but the nicknames are required of all the new faces we brought in. Jimmy here, also known as Omar Al-Ajimi, that's definitely how you say his name, he has joined us from Leverkusen, a player who at a point was playing in Saudi Arabia, went to Germany, didn't really work out for him. He was never given an opportunity, and he's played a lot for the national team. He can play on the left and right-hand side of midfield, and I decided just to take a punt on him. So, welcome, Jimmy. If you were paying attention when I mentioned the transfers, you might have noticed, obviously, Carr's joined us, and Darwin Nunez has also joined us. They're both strikers. I'm changing things up this year. We are going to try and play a 4-2-4. Obviously, Rowlands, we've moved on. Abbasi, we're looking to move on. There isn't really an obvious centre attacking mid option. If this change doesn't work, Onana theoretically could play at centre attacking mid, and Darwin Nunez could move out onto the right-hand side just to go back to a 4-2-3-1. But I do feel like it's worth a little bit of experimentation this year. In terms of the kind of wide midfielder and defender roles, I've actually ended up flipping everything. So last year, we kind of had the inside forward on the other side. We had the winger on the right side. The Segundo Volante was on the right, although back then it was a centre mid. Yeah, I'm complicating things here. It's a 4-2-4. The roles in the wide areas are flipped. That does mean that when Mark is fit, he will play as an inverted wing-back. It does mean for us, Trent is going to play as a wing-back this year. Although I will admit, some people did say Trent at Regista. and that does tempt me to try out at some point this year. All in all, though, the team is looking in a really, really good spot. Goalie holds down his position on the left-hand side, and in fact, playing as a winger instead of an inverted role is probably going to suit him better. In terms of the rest of the team, Nunez, Carr and Onana kind of round out the front four. In the midfield, it will normally be Solis alongside Mohamed. Mohamed suspended for the first game of the year because he's a very, very naughty boy. That does mean that for this first game, Al-Sabahi, who of course we rejected that £19 million bid for, he is going to start today. And in the defence, there's a little bit of rotation needed as well because, well, a few players are on international duty. Omar's on international duty. The man who probably would have been the backup in Sultan is also on international duty, and also Mark's coming back from injury. Yeah, there's some kind of under-20 tournament going on that a few of our players have been called up to. It does mean at centre-back today we are going with Waleed, and at left-back it's going to be last year's left-back in the Alchemist playing there, which, to be fair, I'm not too fussed about. Going to be a very, very big game today for Al Rashidi as we make our debut as manager of Al Aroba in the Saudi Pro League. Our opposition today are Al Tai. Media prediction of 8th, so they are a good little team. In fact, you can see here, Perez is their key man. Not a bad centre-back, is he? Makes me a little bit scared that Carr and Nunez could be kept quiet. But in terms of the plan for today's episode, we're doing the first 2 games, which, as already mentioned, it's that first game against Al Tai, and then after that, the very small matter of the current reigning champions away from home. Steven Gerrard's their manager. Mohamed Daramy is their key man. Yeah, Al-Shabaab might cause us issues. But you know what? We can only take this one game at a time. We've switched to this 4-2-4 just because I think it better makes use of our good attacking players. I've also not used a 2-striker formation in a while, so why not really go for it, especially with such firepower. If Nunez or Carr get injured, maybe we move Onana up top. If we don't have Onana available, Al-Khani can be the go-to striker. And of course, you might remember last episode, we picked up Fayez, Al-Malki here. I've just nicknamed him Fayez. So we've got Fayez and Jimmy as the backup Saudi wingers. I feel like they're both very, very good. And if we need to make attacking changes in the final third, the new bench really lends itself to do just that. It really does feel like a new era here at Al Aroba. Our underwriter Sugar Daddy, I'm hoping, is going to bail us out of any financial pitfalls we find ourselves in. And oh my gosh, I can do a tunnel interview. I never do the tunnel interviews. Delegate, send the assistant. Don't talk to me again. We are playing a 4-2-4. We have an early chance here. Trent, near post cross. Carr with his 19 jumping reach. Look how big he is. I was shocked when Carr popped up as this kind of free agent that was available. Oh my word, Trent nearly scored. Onana, what's his name? Can he keep it alive? Could we create another chance? Shrawali, free header, probably should have done better. I don't feel like I've made enough about Nunez and Carr up front. It's a fun striking duo. Neither is the quickest player, but I'm hoping as a pairing they can kind of do well. We've given away the ball here in an awful area. Obviously, left centre-back and left-back, we are playing backups today. So that's an area maybe to keep an eye on as Carr gets into hot pursuit. I got rid of one of my favourite players in Roland's since last episode, got rid of all the sentimentality. If Carr doesn't play well, I'm going to live with regret that I should have never got rid of Roland's. Anyway, Onana's got it here. You'll notice Darwin Nunez playing as a complete forward. He will drop into the space nicely. Trent, with options in the middle, he fizzes it across. Apparently that was a shot. He should have crossed it. I don't care what anyone says. Nunez and Carr as a striking duo. It's just fun. It's like Peter Crouch and Darwin Nunez. I don't know. Who can you compare Darwin Nunez with, really? Carr is massive, has great mentals. Hopefully he's going to know how to put the ball in the back of the net. If he doesn't, we could be in trouble because I am paying him quite a lot of money to do just that. Oh my word, they've gifted it to us. Onana, options in the middle. Trawali's there. And is it a little bit ironic that for all the new players that have come in, Trawali, the Gambian international, who was here last year, is the man who scores our first goal. I'm not sure what Badji and Perez were doing at the back. Perez, their key man, cleared it. Al-Sabahi read it nicely. And from there, we punish them. Really nice finish by Trawali. Every time we get a free kick and Trent is over it, I'm expectant. Not that I'm pregnant, just I want a goal. I want to see magic. That one's gone over. I shouldn't say I'm pregnant around Trent, should I? Okay, he's over the ball again. Everything we do seems to come through this man. Onana loses the ball. Al-Sabahi, though. Solis. Trawali. He's done it again. It's 2-0. He won Fans Player of the Year. He won Young Player of the Year last year. We're all living in Trawali's universe. He bends time, he bends the team, and the whole universe around him, and he puts the ball in the back of the net again. I mean, this team are predicted to finish 8th, so this is a kind of good test against not an awful team by any means. They've not had a shot yet. Can you tell I'm having a good time? I'm absolutely loving things right now. We are on fire. Could we get a goal here? Trent, where is Carr? There is my Carr. I parked him at the near post. He scores his first goal. It is 3-0. 2 meters tall, 19 jumping reach, I think 16 bravery, only 12 heading, I think. But he can jump, and that is a beautiful header. I mean, he didn't even really have to jump for that one. It just hit him on the forehead. Half-time in this game, just to keep it simple. You're doing amazing, lads. Keep it going. Almost an hour into this game. They've still not had a shot on target. Where is Carr? He's not there yet. It's cleared away. Darwin Nunez. When he gets his first goal, it'll be a glorious day. Hopefully it can be in today's live commentary. Omabamidele with the ball. Goes all the way back to Al Rashid, who's had absolutely nothing to do. So it's good to see us get him involved in the play. Al Sabai with the ball. Players left and right. Gives it to Trent, cutting inside. He goes back to the Irish international, who gives it back to Trent, but brings in 2 players. That's a crazy pass to Alchemist. Inside Onana. The build-up play is lovely. The finish is even more pretty. Carr gets another. It's 4-0. I don't know why I'm showing you my hand. This is how many 4 is. Did you know? I did wonder the longer that highlight went on, is this actually going anywhere? The answer is it absolutely is. Onana, I don't know if he passed that or if he was tackled. It doesn't matter. Carr put it in the back of the net. Matthew Rowlands, you were not sold in vain. Oh, what a tackle that is by Alchemist. He's kept it in play as well. I'll tell you what, I'm high on life. Or maybe this is what money does. They say money doesn't make you happy, but spending copious amount of money on old players in Football Manager is making me happy. So maybe happiness is just bought. Maybe it's all a lie. This is getting very philosophical, isn't it? Al Sapai, where are you going? Wide to Trent. There's so much space on this side for him as the wing back to bring it forward. 4 players in the middle. Fizzes it in. Solis is there. It's 5. I think we have reached the stop, they're already dead kind of phase of things today. I'm going to bring in some of the youngsters that we signed. Why not? Jimmy and Fires. You know what? Let's bring on the youngsters in the wing area and see what they can do. Jimmy from Leverkusen, Fires just released from a team in the Saudi Premier League. It's slightly different career paths, but today they meet on the same pitch as we try and find Carr a hat-trick. He's bringing it forward in front of the iconic gazebo, of course, well known across Saudi Arabia gazebos. That shot has gone over. The heat map does suggest their goalie's having a lot of the ball. There's just a red dollop underneath him. It's 5-0. We want 6. We've had 27 shots in this game. It's safe to say that the 4-2-4 is working. Can we add some more? Solis dinks it. Jimmy's there. Jimmy scores. It's 6. Jimmy, where are you going? Jimmy! Jimmy! He's gone back to Trent. This is lovely. Trent, back post. Fires! The 2 men I brought on in the wide area have scored. It's 7-0. This is a mid-table team we're hammering. Fires and Jimmy have scored. Carr's scored. Solis has scored. Darwin Nunez has not. But you know what? We've won 7-0, so I don't really mind. Trent, I think, got man of the match. He's on a 9.4 rating in the end there. I have no idea how many assists he got. It felt like a lot. 3 assists is the answer. Suppose we should praise him for that. I thought that game was going to be a test, and it wasn't really. This next one will be. Al Shabab are in second. Media prediction is second. Currently the reigning champions. We play them in a week away from home. I think this next game might go a little bit more, well, different. If we beat them 7-0, I don't know what we're doing for the rest of the season. Okay, folks, game number 2 today. One thing I did want to show before we get into things is just, I guess, how Al Aroba's history has gone every time they've been promoted. They've been promoted twice before I've come in recent years and immediately gone down every single time. I really hope we're going to change the fortunes of this club with ourselves in charge. If the first game's anything to go by, I think we're going to be okay. Now, in terms of team news, as we take on the reigning champions, Mark is back in the team, but sadly, our young centre-back option, Omar, who probably would be starting for us, is still away on international duty, so Waleed is going to be the man we play in the heart of our defence. Nothing too crazy going on with our team. Like I already said, Mohamed missed the last game through suspension, so he's back in to be our more kind of defensively minded midfielder. And the first game is really making me optimistic. I did think with this 4-2-4, we might need to tinker with things a little bit more. There's nothing too crazy going on here. I'll show you the instructions real quick. Distributing to the wings. We want to get it to the flanks quickly. That is where we're going to hit and hurt teams. Without a centre attacking mid, playing through the middle just doesn't really make sense. And out of possession, not going to be a massive surprise. With the quality we've got, I want to be pressing high and hard, especially with 2 strikers. You can really effectively press against a back 4, especially with 2 centre-backs by really kind of matching matching the team man for man. It's one of the big strengths of this shape. Mark back from injury, inverted wing back's going to be interesting. We'll see how he fares at left back. He's played right back for the last year, but obviously we got quite a good right back last episode, so needs must in terms of adapting. Okay, they are playing a 4-3-3 with a defensive mid and 2 centre mid, so they are going to win that battle in the midfield. I'm almost tempted to switch our instructions to play just a little bit wider in this match and see how we fare. We're going to be away from home. We know this is going to be a test. I don't want to go down early, and while having seen them bring the ball forward, we're now looking to bring it forward ourselves. Onana, Carr, Darwin. You'll notice Darwin will drop into that centre attacking mid position. Although we don't have a player there, as the complete forward, he will stitch together the movement, I hope. At least that's the plan. It seemed to work quite well in the last game. So we have a little bit of a spell of possession here. We're going to launch it long. Carr not under it, but Darwin is. Carr lays it forward. That's an insane pass to Trent. No one in the middle. He doesn't need anyone in the middle. It's 1-0. Wow. Can we discuss the pass by Carr? Can we discuss this pass? How's he seen that? I also thought here Trent was going to cross it to no one. No, he knew no one was in the middle. He shot and he scored. Do I want to make the tactical changes? You know what? We'll play wider. I was going to do it. I'm going to stick to my principles. Shengon with it in the wide area. Inside to Al Musa. That shot fizzes over. That was scary. That was a very quick highlight. Okay, 20 minutes into this game. We've got our noses ahead and not really done much with it since. But in terms of the overall balance of play, they are yet to have a shot on target despite dominating possession. That sounds good with me. 5 minutes left of this first half. It's not been a classic. I'm going to not pretend it's been an amazing game of football, but we're doing what we need to do as the away team. We've limited their opportunities. We've scored one of our own. I will say now, we've played 15 seconds over the added time that was projected. Can we blow the halftime whistle? Al Musa in behind. Hits the woodwork. Blow the whistle now, please, ref. Please blow the whistle. We've played 30 seconds extra. Okay, it's half-time. I'm going to tell the players I'm delighted. I mean, we are the underdogs in a game like this, but I'm pleased to see we're going toe-to-toe and then some. I obviously up the attacking width having scored. I'm going to revert it back to the slightly narrower shape. I think that narrower shape really helps with kind of eliminating that space behind the strikers. The inside forward and the winger will just tuck in that tiny bit more and help fill that space that otherwise would feel maybe a little bit vacated. Anyway, Omobamidele has the ball at the back, gives it to Mohamed. He missed the first game, but the defensive mid back today. And well, so far, he's not put a foot wrong. That's another great interception from him there. All the way back to Rashidi. They are fairly happy to press, it seems. Maybe it opens up the opportunity to go long. What's just happened? I paused. I've never stopped talking for that long in my life. My wife wishes that happened more often. What happened here? The goalie kicked it and it bounced. The keeper went up for a header. Darwin won the header. It hit the post. The keeper spooned it off the line and Darwin scored anyway. I don't know what I've just seen. I don't care. We're massive. Imagine using one of your foreign player spots on a goalie, making him your vice captain, and he does that. I'd be fuming. Trent, free kick, plays it forward. Onana, not far over. Ito over a free kick for them. We're coming up to an hour played. I've not made any subs yet. I feel like based on how this game's gone, I've not really wanted to make subs. I will definitely make some now. It's 2-1. Ito gave it inside, and then, well, we've not marked Buraykan there. Puts in the bottom corner. No nonsense. Solis has been a bit quiet in this one. I'm going to bring in Al Sabai. He was really good for us last game. Onana on the right side of the field hasn't covered himself in glory. Jimmy really shone when we played him in that wide area. I feel like players with these kind of physicals against a tiring defence are always just fun to watch in the match engine. Elsewhere, Carr's been quiet today, but he was so good for us in the last match. I kind of feel like I should just keep him on. Maybe that's me being deluded. Okay, double change made in the midfield. I don't feel like I want to change too much else just yet. Carr to Jimmy. Mohamed. Omobamidele with the ball. They've got so many players back in their own half and deep trying to contain us here. Waleed does go all the way back to Rashidi. Maybe trying to invite them forward. Invite them just to create a bit of space in behind. That is another big ball played forward. Not quite as successful as the last one to Darwin. Poulsen collects it in goal. I mean, if nothing else, I think what we've learned in today's episode is we are going to be competing against the best in Saudi Arabia this year. We are going to be in the hunt for that top spot. I would love to go on a run in the King's Cup. Heck, even if they get a goal back or even end up winning this game somehow from behind, I feel like there's positives to be taken here. That's not to say I want to be behind. Darwin's shot nearly deflected in there. But I'd be lying if I was saying going into this season in a division I've not managed in before, I was overly confident that we were immediately going to hit the ground running. It does feel like we're hitting it running quite well. We've only had 2 shots on target this game, 2 goals, to be fair. Their goalie not having the best of matches. There is 10 minutes left in this game. You know what? I'm going to change things up just a tiny bit. I'm going to go to a defensive midfielder on Al-Sabai and an anchor man on Mohammed. I want those 2 now just to sit deep and really just make sure we get the result required. Elsewhere, not a load of options in the rest of the team. I'm going to move Walid to right back. Trent's going to play left back. And then I'm going to bring in Al-Amri to play centre back here. Don't love the fact I've got to play him at centre back, but I feel like fresh legs in that part of the pitch are just important. Esposito's not the craziest player in the air either, so I'm not worried about the attacking threat they're going to be showing to our attackers. Maybe I'm going to live to regret that, because they're bringing the ball forward here. Al-Salem, loads of players searching for them. He's going on his own. He nearly scored. Rashidi tips it over. Daramy over it, whipping it to the near post. Darwin heads it half away. Carr is going to make sure it gets completely away. I hope. He kicks it back. Darwin now has it. Imagine if we catch them on the break. Trawali. Green grass in front of him. He's looking a little worse for wear, the winger. He's done a lot of running today. He gives it to Darwin. That's a very Darwin Nunez finish there, isn't it? Right, you know what? Fire's on. Al-Khani on for Carr as well. Let's bring in Al-Khani. First appearance since he broke his leg last season. I'd love him to immediately come on and score. That would make me feel warm and happy. Fires is going to be the option short here. Back to Trent, back to Fires. Lovely build-up play here. Fires is cutting inside, and then he thinks he's playing rugby and dinks it between the sticks. 5 minutes of added time at the end of this game. Are we going to hold on? I was about to say, there's a corner. This scares me. They've scored. Paulson was forward for them. Satalo makes it 2-2. It feels like such a cruel way to lose, doesn't it? One set piece earlier, the free kick taken short, and now a near post corner that we couldn't deal with. Was I making a mistake by taking off one of my centre-backs and bringing on a shorter player, thinking I didn't need to worry about aerial ability there? There's going to be questions asked. There's 5 minutes of added time. We've played them all. The whistle hasn't gone. Is there a twist in this tail? Because Fires is bringing it forward. There's options in the middle. There's 2 to aim for. Al-Khani. Darwin Nunez. Oh, my word. Oh, my word. They thought they'd stolen a point. We've stolen all 3. I said I wanted him to get his first goal today. I didn't imagine it happening like that. Surely the last touch of the game. Fires whips it in. Darwizzy. Bottom corner. 3-2 against the reigning champions on the road. We're 2 games into the year. I'm thinking we could be fighting for a title. I might be getting carried away. It was actually 2 goals for Darwin in that game. I'm not going to count the first one. That wasn't a real goal. We're back to the top of the table. Granted, it is very, very early days. But you know what? You can only beat the teams put in front of you. And we've beaten them both. I don't know what this season's going to entail. I'd love us to run away with the league and for me to get a load of miles. But I feel like I might be getting a little bit carried away a little bit prematurely. I'm sure as teams realise how we're going to play, perhaps they will adapt. And of course, on top of that, there is going to be a focus on the Saudi Kings Cup this year. Granted, the team we've got in the first round were a team relegated last year in the Yellow League. I'd like to think that we can beat them quite convincingly. Let me know what you make of the 4-2-4 switch, and if you have played a formation like this, how did you line it up? I've not used this shape in a little while in Football Manager. I feel like I might have stumbled upon something that seems to work for us. Anyway, folks, we're going to leave things there for today. We are going to be back tomorrow with your daily dose of the Journey Manager action. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and I'll catch you on the next one for more. I'm out.